From the outside, things look pretty good in West Michigan and the Upper Peninsula. The unemployment rate is falling, downtown revitalization projects are in full swing, and the region is finding new fame among foodies and vacationers. But on the inside, it often looks a lot different. Nearly 1 in 7 households in Michigan couldn't afford enough food at some point during the last year. According to a report by the Michigan League for Public Policy, this number represents a 45% increase in food insecurity over the last decade in Michigan. What is food insecurity? Simply put, it's a person's uncertainty of being able to access nutritious food. Households may have to skip meals to stretch their budgets, or they may live in neighborhoods and rural communities where healthy food is scarce. This is a growing problem in Michigan. When looking into how Michigan combats food insecurity, I found the website feedingamerica.org. They listed how many food banks there are in Michigan. There are 7 total food banks across the state of Michigan. Yet the number of people who are food insecure is growing. The number of hungry families in Michigan could continue to grow now that the funding for the largest food assistance program in Michigan, known as SNAP, is being reviewed. Congress is expected to take up a bill dealing with SNAP, and unfortunately the program is targeted for some pretty substantial cuts. This could have a real impact here in Michigan. There will be people and families that would immediately lose their food assistance. This impact on families will have the strongest influence on children. A child who doesn't have enough to eat isn't going to do well in school. This student is going to be more likely to get sick. This student is less likely to graduate from high school and go on to college, which will have a negative impact on their economic future. If this happens, then 20 years from now, the student's much less likely to be able to earn enough to feed their family. Hunger has a huge impact on how students do in school. In fact, 9 out of 10 teachers say that having a healthy breakfast can improve how a student does in school. As an educator, this is a huge thing for me. I don't want my students to not be comprehending as much as others because they do not have the same access to food. Nearly 22% of kids under the age of 18, 16 billion children, live in poverty. This means that there is a possibility that 16 billion students are not getting enough nutrition to help them learn at the highest possible rate. These children are the future, and we put so much pressure on them to fix the problems. But how can we expect so much from them if we're not giving them enough? 9.8 million kids get free or reduced price school breakfast on a daily basis, but 10.6 million eligible kids go without. Only 1 in 7 kids who get free or reduced price lunches get summer meals. I remember going to Loaves and Fishes with my class. They showed us that students can get meals for the weekend because they have food insecurity. They did address the problem with us about students not getting access during the summer. This is a problem that has reached the state level of Michigan. We need to use every means possible to ensure that kids don't go hungry when they aren't in school, said State Superintendent Mike Flanagan. Finding the best ways to keep our kids healthy, fed, and secure will lead to smarter and more productive students in our classrooms. This is on a state level of importance now. We should take this into account as educators. But the question is, how can we fix this? When doing research on food insecurity for children, I found a program called the No Kid Hungry campaign. I believe that if we follow their 3 steps, that we can help to combat child food insecurity. The 3 steps to ending hunger, according to the No Kid Hungry campaign, is Step 1, access. Ending childhood hunger by connecting kids to effective nutrition programs such as school breakfast and summer meals. Step 2, education. The campaign educates and empowers low-income families to stretch their food budgets so their kids get healthy meals at home. And Step 3, awareness. This campaign works to shine a national spotlight on the crisis of childhood hunger in America and creating a powerful movement. These projects offer a wonderful opportunity to build and explore new ways to combat child hunger and child food insecurity. Through these projects, I feel that we can combat child food insecurity in the best possible ways.